Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. This week, we've spent some time looking at things that rarely make headlines. A shopping cart returned to its proper place, a neighbor lending a hand, a group of friends sharing a laugh, small moments, easy to miss, easy to dismiss. Yet, the more I thought about them, the more I realized they all point toward the same truth. The world keeps choosing love. Not all at once, unfortunately, and not everywhere, not perfectly, but it's constantly, every single day. I know that that's not always the story that we hear. Turn on the television, open a news app, or scroll through social media for a few minutes, and it's easy to conclude that humanity has lost its way. I know, I have wallowed in that myself. Some days it can feel as though anger is winning, as though division is growing, as though kindness is becoming rare. But guys, I don't think that's the whole story. In fact, I know it's not the whole story. I don't even think that it's the biggest story. Because while all of that noise is happening, something else is happening too. A mother comforts a frightened child. A friend stays on the phone longer than they planned because someone needs to talk. A nurse finishes a long shift and still takes an extra moment to reassure a patient. A stranger holds a door. A teacher encourages a student. A neighbor notices someone struggling and decides to help. All of these things. I could go on and on and on. Most of these moments pass unnoticed. They don't attract cameras and nobody writes articles about them. Yet, they happen by the millions every day. The older I get, the more convinced I become that humanity is often judged by its loudest moments when it should be judged by its most common ones. And the most common moments are not acts of cruelty. They're acts of care. Think about your own life. Who helped you become who you are? Was it a famous person? Probably not. More likely it was a parent, a teacher, a friend, a relative, or a neighbor. Someone who showed up. Someone who cared. Someone who took a little piece of their time and gave it to you. When I look back on my own life, that's what stands out. Not the arguments and not the conflicts, but the kindness. The people who encouraged me, and there were quite a few. The people who listened. The people who made difficult days easier simply because they were there. And you know what? I suspect the same is true for most of us. That's why I believe that love is far more powerful than we sometimes realize. And you know, we're not talking about romantic love and sentimental love. We're talking about the broader kind. The kind that says your well-being matters to me. The kind that causes a person to help without being asked. That creates communities. That builds families. The kind that keeps people going when life becomes difficult. We don't often think of those moments as world-changing. Maybe because they happen so frequently. But what if that's exactly what makes them powerful? What if the reason humanity has survived so much throughout history is because ordinary people kept choosing one another? Not perfectly by any means, not consistently, but often enough to raise children, enough to build communities, often enough to create friendships, and enough to carry one another through grief, illness, hardship, and uncertainty. That's a remarkable thing when you stop and think about it. And guess what, guys? It's still happening. I know you see it right now. As you are listening to this, someone is helping someone else. Someone is encouraging someone else. Anything you can think of. They're offering comfort. They're making another person's day a little brighter. All that is happening right now while we're talking. Those stories may never become headlines, but they're real. And together, they form a story much larger than any single news cycle. As we finish this week, that's the thought I'd like to leave you with. Look for the good. Not because the bad isn't there, but because the good is there too. Notice the kindness. Notice the generosity. Notice the moments when people choose compassion over indifference. The world isn't perfect. It never has been, and it never will be. But every day, in countless ordinary ways, people continue choosing love. And perhaps that's the most important story of all. We forget it. Because despite everything, despite all the noise and all the reasons to lose hope, humanity keeps finding ways to care for one another. The world keeps choosing love, and that's why I still believe in us. That's why I try to stay positive every day. I am serious, guys. Think about that. Just take this moment and think about how many people there are over the world. And now, if you're a gambling person, think about the odds. How many people right now are doing good things for one another? You know there's got to be a lot. You know there's got to be millions. And that's happening every second of every day. Don't let the news tell you otherwise. We have to be aware there are people doing bad things. And they will always be there. And we've got to be aware of that, and we have to stop them from doing that and harming each other and harming themselves. But don't let the news cycle that's spouting all this at you, don't let it make you think that that's all there is. I hear people all the time saying, oh, the world today. It's not any different, guys. We just hear it so much differently because of the news. Now we have 24-hour news, cable television. Cable television, I work in that field, and cable television has really been one of the things that got us started down this path of negativity. And internet could have helped, but didn't. We amplify all of that stuff on there now. But we can amplify the good stuff too. Anyway, I go on and on and on, and I am going on and on and on. I'm way past what I wrote, and I just want you all to know that I love you very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do. Go out there and pass that on, okay? Yabba dabba doo. Later, Gators. Bye-bye.
fears.